We were supposed to be back in March, delays, so very happy to be here on the first day when the borders are open.
After 6 months, the international arrivals at OR Tambo International Airport was abuzz this morning, receiving its first commercial flights, barely 8 hours after the borders reopened to the world.
As early as 6 o'clock this morning, we handled 2 departing flights, one to Madagascar and one to Harare. And immediately thereafter, we received one from Harare, and the main one with more passengers was from Germany, Frankfurt.
At Lufthansa, the German airline, came in first only 8 hours after the skies of South Africa were open to international commercial traffic again. And Germans are even allowed to come in as tourists. So I do believe that this is a very important milestone that gives the chance to South Africans to get their jobs back in tourism and to get the economy going. And I think it all depends on compliance.
A sigh of relief for the tourism industry, which found itself grounded for most of the year. Leisure travel is now open from the 1st October, with conditions in place.
We've walked through the airport to see the measures being put in place. They've got health monitors who are walking around, what do you call COVID monitors, who are walking around with sticks reminding people to wear their masks within the airport. They've got the health screen that is working inside, closer to the immigration port, where you stand without even being in contact. The screen takes you, check you, and then if it clicks green, you pass through. If it's red, then you are taken offside in terms of some office, in terms of a clinic where you can be processed.
For those that are arriving, they would now need to be in possession of a negative COVID-19 test, which has a validity period of 72 hours. In the event that there is a health challenge when they arrive, because in spite of that, they will still be temperature screened. They will then be forced to be taken to quarantine at their cost. And if they have no challenges, they'll be able to come through. But there's a lot of social distancing that has to be observed. All passenger-facing counters at immigration where they arrive, they are installed with plastic shields to protect staff as well as passengers.
The measures put in place offer peace of mind for anxious travelers.
I was a bit apprehensive, obviously, because things are different. But yeah, I wasn't worried. I trusted the airline that I was flying with, and yeah, it was fine.
Oh, it's very nice. It was actually perfect. There was no problem at all. Immigration and all the health checks were easy to do. Fill in the forms. The staff was helpful. Everyone's been very helpful and run very smoothly. It's one of the smoothest flights I've had actually to South Africa.
The flight was good. The protocols has been well kept on the Kenyan side and also in South Africa. So everything worked quite well.
While the reopening of international air travel is a welcome move by the tourism industry, there's still a long way to recovery.
We're going to have daily flights operating to Johannesburg. Although the schedule will not be as it usually was, where we had 3 frequencies, we'll have 1 frequency, because the reality of the matter is, yes, we have opened borders for Africa, but we still have a larger majority of international passengers and leisure travelers that were flying with Kenya Airways that are not permitted to fly into South Africa.
Despite the strict protocols to be put in place, international travel is expected to pick up as the country heads into summer. Hasina Gori, SABC News, OR Tambo International Airport.